stress is predominantly being at odds with the way you are or the way something is in life and not being able to let that go. And by not letting it go, you continue in the fight of it. So the fighting with it, the struggle against it, the worry about it, the stressing over it, is your thinking about it. And what's generating your thinking about it is the physical stress that you feel at the origin of your thoughts in your body. And so natural meditation is very much about being with that sensation of your body, all sensations of your body, whether they're pleasurable or painful or in between. And being with those sensations has the effect of you processing at the fundamental level in which you're affected. You're processing the effects of life as you live life. Now, this is very natural to the human organism and to any animal, is that processing the effects of life means feeling those effects. Only through our cleverness of our thinking have we worked out ways to ignore those effects, to distract ourselves from those effects, and to pursue pleasure over pain. And this ignoring or distraction is not effective. It doesn't work because the effects from life are still there in the body and still felt in the body until we resolve those. And the effects of the distresses from life in the body keep us coming back to our worries about that which has affected us, or our conflict with what has affected us. And even just a bit of a challenge in life, or the way someone spoke to you during the day, has an effect in the body. And what you find yourself doing is thinking about that after you've been affected. Thinking about that after you've been affected is common, but not really the correct approach. Because whilst you're thinking about it, why are you thinking about the effect or about the thing the person's said or done or what's happened in your life that's challenged you that day, is because you don't like the feeling of that. So the feelings that you don't like are caused by things around you that you react to. And then, rather than just feeling those discomforts till they've actually naturally dissipated from your body, you go into war with those. And going into war with those means you think you're fighting the other people in your thought process, in your thinking about them, or you think you're fighting life, but what you're really fighting is how people or life has caused you to feel. And this distress in the body is really the interference of thinking and overthinking. By feeling that distress, you are not interfering with and therefore unnaturally prolonging any distress in your body, but you are actually just feeling it as a sensation in your body. The difficulty people have with this is that we emotionalize sensations. We feel pleasure, or we feel pain, or we feel something in between, and we label it and make it very distinct. And we think this is helpful. But this is thought getting involved in an area that it really isn't helpful. And that is in the area of how we've been affected by life and how we will change from being affected. So we're affected by life, which changes us, changes how it feels to be us. We're affected by something that someone says, we're affected by some challenge. And how we know we're affected is because we feel a change in how it feels inside of our bodies. And that change is something that will resolve itself and dissipate from the body just by the natural process of continuing to feel that way. So why don't we just continue to feel the way life has caused us to feel? Is because we go into a fight with feeling that way. We object to feeling that way. Rather than just allowing that feeling to be there, we have these ideas that have been put upon us through education and society and religion and culture and so on, that there are right and wrong ways to feel, that there are good and bad ways to be. And this is not helpful. Whether it's correct or not is irrelevant. The fact is it's not helpful. So what is helpful? Not thinking about the effect that life's had on you, but just experiencing it as a part of your daily life. Experiencing it as it is in your body as a sensation without exaggerating and emotionalizing that sensation or that feeling. And therefore, through emotionalizing it, you are prolonging that feeling beyond what it would naturally go for the time frame that it would go for, simply because you keep feeding that feeling artificially with your thoughts about that feeling or sensation and about that situation that has caused those feelings or caused you to feel that way. So natural meditation is going on all the time. It's just that we get so involved in our reactionary thinking, and we get so involved in our cleverness of trying to change the way we are, that we can't. We keep ourselves stuck the way we are by the very things that we do through thinking to try and change that. Any analysis of ourselves, any contemplation of ourselves, any worry of ourselves, any trying to fix or improve ourselves keeps us stuck by the very fact that what we are thinking is confirming that we are the way we don't want to be, that the way we are is not how we want to be. And so as long as we're trying to change that, we are fighting that. And that fight is against reality. It's introducing an analysis, a goal of achieving something better, an effort to be somehow different. And we're trying to impose that from thinking about ourselves on how we actually are. And thinking is merely a bias, merely an opinion. It's nothing in its own right. It doesn't even exist other than by our imagination. And therefore it's imagined, being it doesn't exist. So we think as a mechanical process, but and that's okay, that works really well in life. We think about how far we have to drive to the shop, whether I need petrol today in my car, how much food do I need, what's the shopping list. All this is very mechanical thinking, which gets us through day-to-day life and is very important. But personalised thinking is an entirely different misuse of thinking. And that is when what happens in life, we don't just let it happen. We are unable to accept it because we think that by fighting it, we will somehow resolve it, fix it. But actually it's by fighting it that we introduce our thoughts about the way we feel inside or about an event in our life. And those thoughts, which are just memories now, are what keep that going. And that stress, more than anything else, is harmful to the body. And this keeps us thinking in a way that is against life and against the experience that life is causing us all the time. Just day-to-day interactions with people. And therefore it's a waste of energy and a waste of time. It's not only harmful, but it's not only harmful to us to keep going on and on about things, but it is a misunderstanding of the value of what feeling that way is going to do for us. And feeling the way we feel, whether we like it or not, is going to allow that feeling to dissipate, come to its own natural end. And then the body relaxes again. The body is relaxed with itself, however it is. It's our thinking that is objectional to that. The main reason for this, I think, is because the body can take care of those disturbances. The body is equipped to resolve distress and disturbances every single day. And that is really good because that's part of life. So the body is equipped naturally in the way it functions to take on life, to live life, and to resolve life all at once as it's living continuously. Whereas the thought process and our ideas and belief systems and so forth have no way to do this. What they will do is, as soon as we think about something we're disturbed with, we will lock it in. We'll stop its process. And we will feed the feeling artificially through our thinking about it. We will feed the distress and prolong the distress in the body, causing problems. So this is why I feel that the psychological approach, the religious approach, even a philosophical approach in many ways is harmful to the body and harmful to ourselves in trying to live life. It prevents us from being fully involved in the living experience of life and gets us more caught up in our ideas about life and about ourselves.